Technology is now changing the role of a CIO in many ways. Earlier, CIO used to be a backbencher and trying to do what the marketing guys or the front end sales guys or the front end people want him to do, or rather be an enabler for them to do. In today's world, when the entire IT and digitization is changing over a period of time and at a pace at which it is changing, the role of a CIO is now coming in the front end. When I say front end, for every decision the organization takes, maybe if recruitment of people, you need IT, which is HRMS or SAP or whatever you may call it, under whatever name you may put it through. From there, take to training. You have so many applications today which are available to help your guys get into the training modules, okay, into sales or whichever function they look at, right up to operations, right up to back end, everything is connected with IT. And today you will find that IT's decisions are being considered as a big view while doing any major transformation, because any major transformation is a cost to the company. But when it comes to IT, and if it can help the organization to try and see how your cost can be reduced, but at the same time your efficiency and what you are supposed to deliver, either in terms of TAT or in terms of customer service, customer satisfaction, or in terms of new products and services, IT plays a very, very important role. And that is where the role of a CIO is completely transformed over the last couple of months. In fact, I jokingly always say he is no more a CIO, he is a Chief Innovation Officer, or from a cost center, he is now moved into a profit center. Because whatever decisions the organization takes on the technology part of it, the cost of technology vis-a-vis various matrices that your organization is looking at is always weighed and then decided what needs to be done. So the views and the things about the CIO is very, very important in today's entire transformation or building up the digital platforms or digital applications that are required. So the biggest problem with SBI Life is the problem of plenty. Okay, a few 100 million customers, 25,000 branch network, ranging from Leh Ladakh to Kanyakumari and east to the west. How do I provide the same kind of information, first to the banker who's selling the product, and second, how do I provide the same level of service to the customer, whether he is based out of Leh Ladakh or based out of Kanyakumari? So these are the two big challenges that we have been facing over a period of time. So what is it that can be done? A bank is a corporate agent. Okay, the employee of the bank is the one who's selling the product to you. He also has got limited time at his disposal to do a sale with you. In that limited time, he has to ensure that the right sale has happened by giving you the right information that is required by you to do the sale, so that there is no case of mis-selling. Okay, and when you look at the geography of the branches put in, the biggest challenge is how do you ensure that the delivery of the service is uniform. So we have used various methodologies to tackle various pain points. Like for example, I said at the time of sourcing, we have completely moved into digital sourcing. So today 98% of the proposals are digitally sourced. 2% where it cannot, like we have some regional rural banks operating in the very remote locations in interiors, where technology, the 2G may be an issue or 3G may be an issue, connectivity could be a problem. So only in those cases we go for physical forms, otherwise 98% is completely digitized. The moment you go for digitization, as I said, it is paperless, penless issuance of policy. So that happens on the sourcing part of it. How do we do the verification of the customer? We have come out with a technology which goes for Insta PIWC, that's pre-issuance welcome call. Earlier you had a con call, agent who used to call you from a telecalling center and ask you for details and confirmation and then go for a 5-minute discussion, explain to you the product and verify whether you understood or not. Now that was too tiresome, difficult for people to get connected. Timings were different. Some of the places they were not in a position to take calls when you make the call. So now we have moved into something called Insta PIWC. So we send a bit.ly link to you on your mobile. You just click it, hold it in front of you, just key in the proposal number, and the entire details what you have already given to the company gets populated on that particular application. And then you go on confirming it. It not only shows you, it also gives you an audio along with it. So it tells you, Mr. So-and-so, thank you for choosing XYZ plan. You have chosen a plan for 10 years term, 5-year, whatever his features of the product he has discussed. And he has to then agree or disagree at every page. And while the entire journey of 2 to 2.5 minutes is being done, various photographs are being taken of that person at various touch points. Now this at the back end, there is a machine learning algorithm which verifies the customer who's talking or agreeing there on this PIWC platform with what photograph he has given to us at the time of sourcing the policy, which is on the proposal form. And if it doesn't match, it tells you that it doesn't match. If it matches, it also tells you at what time, what latitude, longitude the person was there. So you know at this point of time, in this particular location, this person was standing and doing this particular PIWC. So it's a confirmation of the person actually being there, and he agreeing to all the terms and conditions, which eliminates the wrong selling or a mis-selling or whatever happens. So this is from the hygiene factor that we look at, and from the servicing point of it. So we have created our own customer service portal, self-service portal, on which he can just log in and do whatever servicing he wants to do on his own, just like any other internet banking service. He can get onto this portal, register, and carry on, whether it's a ULIP policy, he wants to do redirection, he wants to do switching, he wants to change nomination, he wants to change mode of payment, anything that is required to be done as far as the customer service is concerned is possible to be done on that. Claims is the final reality of life insurance. That is also automated. You can actually go on my site and fill up the claim forms and send it to us. And so every part of the journey in the customer life cycle, you are trying to automate and try and see how it can benefit the customer, and at the same time how it benefits the company in terms of saving cost, in terms of faster turnaround times, and most importantly in terms of customer satisfaction, because NPS is something which everyone is today looking at. How can I have a positive NPS? How can I have my customers who are more advocates than detractors? So these are certain parameters that you keep in mind when you look at it, and that's where I said the CIO slowly is coming out of the role of a profit center into a cost center into a profit center. If you can keep up to the market, if you can keep up to the expectations of your customer, if you can improve on your customer service, deliver what is required, I think there is absolutely no issue as far as BFSI, be it banking, be it financial services, be it insurance, anything, including credit cards. So you should know what the customer is expecting from you, number one. You should be in a position to deliver that, number two, at an affordable cost. Today people are ready to pay a little more, provided you are in a position to give them something better or more than what they are expecting you to give, which we call it as customer delight. Up till now we were using the word of customer satisfaction. Now people are moving from customer satisfaction to customer delight. So how do I give that delight to the customer and the wow factor to the customer, whether using technology, whether putting digital applications in place, or what can be done, where that creates a wow factor for the stakeholder. It's a wonderful initiative, I think, which is done. We just saw the conference happening, seminar happening. You have a absolute varied population who have come in today to attend this, right from NBFC to banks to insurance companies to service providers and infrastructure providers. I think it's a good platform where it helps in interacting with people who matter and exchange ideas, and most importantly, I think, learn from the best practices what the other organizations would have done. Like in the panel discussion we had, we were talking about cloud technology, we were talking about blockchain, we were talking about machine learning, we were talking about artificial intelligence, RPA, which is big. Now these names, jokingly I say, some of these jargons people use, they are similar to UFOs. You listen, you hear a lot about them, but you actually don't see them. But these are conferences where you actually meet people who have put these technologies in use, and there are used cases which probably you can hear from them and learn from their experience, and probably not commit the same mistakes what they have done. So you go maybe a notch higher than what you're looking at.